have this wonderful lady coming from Odisha. Her name is Shatabdi, and her motive is to make people aware of reading, to inculcate a habit of reading in the millennials who are just studying their curriculum and are not having an exposure to read these hard books where the real knowledge and learnings comes from. So, welcome Shatabdi to BIMTECH,
Hi.
and it is really good to have this Read More India campaign at our campus. And I would like to know more that what actually motivated you to start this.
Um, Thank you for having us over at BIMTECH. Um, Walking Book Fairs is an independent bookshop in Bhubaneswar in Odisha. And we have been doing a lot of activities to engage more and more people with reading good books for the last 2 years. So this India tour is one such activity that Akshay and I are doing. We are traveling through 10,000 kilometers across 20 states of India for 90 days with this book truck. So we have reached BIMTECH as part of this tour. So this book truck has around 4,000 books on it,
Okay.
and it's a free library where people can come and they are welcome to browse through books and read books at the venue for free. And also it is a bookshop, and everything is on a 20% discount for people who want to buy books.
Okay.
So the whole idea is to inspire and encourage more people to read more books, to read books beyond their curriculum, to read books beyond their textbooks. Because in India, there is a lot of focus on reading textbooks and reading curriculum based books, but that makes us very limited in our understanding of the world. So if we are to create a healthy society, if we are to create a good citizenry, we need to read about a lot of other things as well and not just be limited to our curriculum. So which is why reading fiction or non-fiction and reading varied books from around the world is very, very essential. So the whole idea behind Walking Book Fairs and the whole idea behind this India tour is to take books to more and more people everywhere and to also promote reading of good books. That is what we are doing.
So, how many cities have you covered till now on these wheels?
We started the Read More India tour on 15th of December 2015 from Bhubaneswar in Odisha, and we have done close to 9,000 kilometers so far. This is our 17th state so far on the tour. The whole tour is of 20 states and we'll be covering more than 10,000 kilometers. So we have been on the tour on the road for more than 2 months now. Today is day 67, I believe, on the road. So we have 4 more states to go and 1 more month before we get back to Odisha.
That's great. Uh, Shatabdi, you know, in a world where a lot of information is flooding through internet, the habit of deep reading is taking a backstage. So, according to you, what could be the reason behind this that we are more into shallow reading right now, and where there are very few people who are taking a book, holding it in hand, and having the pleasure of reading the book in its totality. They are just browsing on the webs and that's it. They are not reading the books.
Yeah,
What could be the reason?
I think um, it's got more to do with people not having access to good books or people not really being introduced to good books in a lot of places. Because we have also been meeting a lot of students, we have been going to a lot of educational institutions throughout India. Um, we have found out that there is uh, a large number of schools and colleges who do not really have good libraries, and a lot of schools do not introduce school students to reading good story books. So there is a big population of people who have never been introduced to storybooks or to good books. But at the same time, we have also found that people who have grown up with books around them have turned out to become book lovers. And no matter where they are, they will find time from their schedules or colleges or work to read a good book. And we have also found that the number of people who prefer physical books over e-books or Kindle or whatever other medium is also more. People find it uncomfortable to read on a digital device for a longer period. It also hurts their eyes. And also there is something about holding a real book in your hand and reading. That whole experience is something else, is what people have told us, book lovers have told us. And I also agree to it, largely. So yes, and this whole exercise is also to bring back people to books and to also give them an opportunity to browse through books and look at maybe 1,000 books and engage in books. That's the whole purpose of bookshops and libraries, which are probably dwindling away. But we need more and more bookshops. We need more and more public libraries where people, everybody can go in and read a book and browse through books, because reading is very important. For instance, if we look at a town or a city today in India, we will find maybe 500 restaurants and a lot of shopping malls and a lot of car showrooms, but we will not find maybe more than 5 bookshops. Even in a place like Delhi or Bombay or Bangalore, we will probably find more number of restaurants and shopping malls than bookshops or libraries, which is a bad sign for a society. We need more and more bookshops. We need more and more libraries. I think a lot more needs to be done about this, and I think members of society have to come together and create these spaces.
Okay, apart from this, I would like also to point one thing, that in India there is a lot of piracy of literary work. People download PDFs online available and read them. And actually the hard book which is done by author is never recognized in terms of the financial remuneration or whatever we talk of. So what is your message to such people? How are you encouraging such people who are much more into reading pirated books? How will you convince them to read these books after purchasing and pay tribute to the original literary work of author?
I think since for such a long time we have not really had a lot of libraries around us in the society. For instance, every apartment building that you go to has a gym or a swimming pool and other facilities, but we don't have libraries. So where do people get their books? I think piracy only comes in because people probably want to read but are not finding a lot of books, and books are not affordable probably,
Yes.
which is where it is essential that we have more and more libraries, public libraries, free libraries or public libraries that people can go to and look at books and read books. So I think we have to make books more accessible to a larger number of people, and this has happened to a certain extent in some big cities, but there are so many parts of India like smaller towns and villages which have completely no access to books. So a lot more needs to be done about these places, and in India as a country, as a nation, as a society, we need to have more and more libraries and bookshops.
Shtabdi, one more thing that I would like to ask you is, Indian readers, most of the bulk readers in India are more into fictional reading by the authors, local authors, but they are not yet to see the day of the light of diverse reading. So, though there are people who read regularly from non-fiction, fiction, or from the diverse field, but still there are few students or few avid readers who are just focusing on the fiction. So, what your message to them? How they can inculcate this habit of having a diverse reading rather than just
I,
focusing on
I,
one genre of?
I think it's got, again, it's the same thing. It's all related. Since we don't have a lot of bookshops that have a wide range of books from, diverse genres, or we don't have a lot of public libraries that have a lot of varied writing, it becomes a problem for a lot of people, because then they don't get exposed to a lot of diverse writing from around the world. But again, a book lover might take those pains and might look for diverse writing, because it is not it is a small world today, and we have access to digital technology. We have bookshops, we have places where we find our information from. But again, it becomes very essential that a larger population has that access, which is why we have to have more bookshops that have wider variety of books. For instance, if I'll just give you a small example, this is a very limited space that we have here on the book truck, but we have tried to keep varied kind of writing. So we have non-fiction, we have Hindi, we have literary fiction, we have a lot of literature, we have cinema, we have poetry. On the other side, we have a lot of children's books for all ages, we have picture books, we have some popular books. So we have tried to keep a wider range of books in a limited space, which is the job of a bookshop, to give the opportunity to the reader, to the buyer, to have a look at more and more kinds of books.
So Shatabdi, it was wonderful talking to you on this and the real motive behind this Books on Wheels. And we really wish you all the best for your future. And we really wish you create more and more awareness in the Indians regarding the deep reading.
Thank you so much. I think all of us have to come together and do something about books, because it is so important for our society. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay.